Today, I had prepared to talk to these boys. I had prepared to have a very long interaction with them, very long speech, like the one I had for the parents on the PTA AGM last time, because we had to be a little bit elaborate and serious because of a few things that have taken place here. But today, you have cut me short. Why? It's because you have said it all in your own. Nevertheless, I will say a few things. This year's celebration is particularly significant because St. Mary's College is celebrating 120 years of existence and excellence under the guidance of the Catholic Church. Throughout these years, the college has maintained a commitment to academic excellence, discipline, character formation, and service. We honor all those whose dedication and sacrifice have built and preserved its distinguished reputation. You raise those people with me as chairman of the PTA and also chairman of the disciplinary committee of the school. We also celebrate with the Brothers of Christian Instruction, who mark 100 years of their mission in Uganda. The brothers have played a central role in the management and stewardship of this college and in the formation of generations of young men. Those young men also include me, an old man now. We congratulate them upon this remarkable milestone and express our gratitude for their enduring service to the church, the college, and our country. Thank you very much, our brothers, mentoring us. To our students, you have inherited a proud name and a rich tradition. I urge you to protect and enhance that heritage through discipline, integrity, and academic excellence. Be disciplined even when no one is watching you. Use your time responsibly and remain committed to your studies. Excellence is not a single event. It is a habit formed through consistent effort and hard work. I am happy that the college recognizes in a special way those students who have excelled. Today, I saw them wearing the kind of tie that I have donned. This is a tie of respect. So, if you're wearing it, you're under the respect of a famous old boy. I am, however, somber that none of them has gone for the course that I did, law. None of them has gone for law. I think there should be a deliberate effort to also, produce lawyers from this college. You know, in the past, all the old lawyers you hear of in this country passed through St. Mary's College. Now they include me because I think I'm now an old man. Look at that side also, so that it does not fade. I am very happy to have a fellow lawyer who was my classmate here. Yes, Mugeni, please stand up. Now, yes, Mugeni has a twin brother who is called Asa Mugeni, who is also a justice of the Court of Appeal, as I am. I'll tell you that at the Court of Appeal, out of the 20 justices of the Court of Appeal, 3 of us are from St. Mary's College, so that is good. We carry a major percentage. I also commend the headmaster, Brother Simon Mbanga, for encouraging us to have a new generation of old boys, a new generation, somewhere in 2006. Of course, you you are Smakoba because you have been a student here. But joining it actively, become an active member. I came back here in 2006 when SMAC was celebrating 100 years. Then I decided to become an active member of SMACOBA, which I still am. But I met the people on SMACOBA, Engineer Sentogo, the late. There was Engineer J.P. Walusimbi, you know him very well, an old man from Africa. There was Mr. Chigirigi, Professor Tabela, all of them very old people. And at that time we thought maybe SMACOBA was for those old people, those old guys. But they encouraged us to join. They encouraged us to join. I was personally particularly encouraged by the late Dr. Mayanja. And since then, I have not left. So we encourage the young people, the young blood, to come and join the association so that we can look after the school that mentored us. It must be a deliberate effort. As parents, teachers, and administrators, we also recognize that the formation of our students is a shared responsibility. We must remain united in guiding and supporting them so that they become responsible young men and worthy ambassadors of St. Mary's College, Kisubi. As a community bearing the name of Mother Mary, let us renew our commitment to prayer and supplication. In our studies, families, and responsibilities, we encounter challenges that we cannot overcome by our own strength alone. Let us confidently seek the intercession of our patron, who leads us to her Son, Jesus Christ, in whom we find the wisdom, strength, and all the answers that we need. As we celebrate 120 years of St. Mary's College, Kisubi, and 100 years of the mission of the Brothers of Christian Instruction in Uganda, let each of us recommit ourselves to leaving this college stronger, better, and more respected than we found it. May Mother Mary continue to watch over our college, guide our students, and unite us in faith, discipline, and the pursuit of excellence. I wish you all a joyful and blessed feast day. Thank you. For those who don't know me, my name is John Mike Musisi. I'm an old boy of this school, 1980 to 1987. Yes, I was a student of Brother Kazekuya here, so I know what it is. When someone talks about the great trek to Nakauka, where he led us, I was one of the students led by him. And at that time, I was a leader in this school. I was the HSC chairman. Yes, I've always been like that. Your Grace, before I leave here, I will not allow myself to depart without inviting my very industrious Vice Chairman of the PTA, Dr. Medad Bitekerezo, come and greet you. Before we started the Mass, we were backbiting you. We were all waiting for the committee, and you didn't let us down. Now after that, we continued with backbiting you, and he said you were a philosopher. Because of the words you gave us, I don't know whether he's going to give you a PhD now. So please, Mr. Oh, Mr. is when a doctor has a PhD. Dr. Medad. Okay. Listen to Dr. Medad Bitekerezo. He might ask you for money, as you know it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairperson. Your Grace, Archbishop of Kampala, Diocese, and everybody here, because if I go to protocol, we won't stay there the whole night. Thank you so much, Honorable Justice Mike, for calling me to talk this before. First of all, we talked about your Archbishop. He was a very young man in Kampala, and you were at least That's the key. God has brought you to me. And I'm so happy to be associated with you. Very, very, very happy. I'm so proud that I know you and you know me. I don't know. It has worked. So for me, I have about few things to make. I want to thank you, Brother Headmaster. The Archbishop said I'm a fighter. When we are struggling to have this headmaster here, we got a lot of resistance. I don't know why we are resisting. And brothers of Christian instruction, I want to thank you for listening to us as parents. First of all, Brother Malo was a very young man. We are older than him, 58. Brother is not in 50. Very sure. And we wanted this man here to say he can't come. We said, why? In this day, let me thank you, Archbishop, for struggling with us, who's in power. I want also to thank Mr. Chaka. I want to thank Chairman Board, Professor Kisubi, and the Chairman PTA, Honorable Justice Mike. But for me, what I've come to appreciate, God works through his people. I want to thank the First Lady for listening to us where she is when you reach her. You tell her that you have thanked her again. Because we were being fooled. But finally we got what we wanted. And I want to assure all of you that we are not yet disappointed. Right, brother? Thank you so much for not being an eater, but for being a follower of St. Mary's College Kisubi. You know, I want to talk about discipline of parents. Because the parents who have come here, I want to tell you people there's a problem. Some of us are very dangerously indisciplined. You have been seeing something going on social media when the headmaster was crying with other teachers that some of you come here with army and surrounded them when they have tried to discipline your children. I want us, the coming of that bishop to make us holy and we all repent. Because we are becoming a problem, I wouldn't want us to cause the Archbishop to start praying bad prayers for us because we shall get a problem. Two, the children. I have told you some people in Sina 6 years, and everybody in SMAC, that you do not know the person you are studying, you don't know what the person you are studying with will become. In the next 10 years, you can't know. But even when you are here beating children, when time of exams comes and you do and you go, when you go as an individual, if you perform badly because of bad manners, you will tell it to your parents and your relatives plus your God when you meet him in heaven. Can you come to SMAC and live with friends? Some of us will have made some small money because of our friends. I went to Mara University very many years ago, in 1992. I was the first year medical student. The people I studied with up to now we are still connected. And what do you expect? I was in SMAC, I was in SHAC, not SMAC. And that's why for me, I value the brothers of Christian Social. I am a good going to St. Mary's College stuff. You think Brother Kuto was place? Nine. Even I'm one man who has been selling Brother Kuto money for DSTV on a monthly basis, but separately, because that man was giving me some money to go to Ubuji when I was a poor boy. So I said, now that I've got the money, let me give the person who was giving me. Me, I'm there. And I'm now also on the fundraising drive to construct that thing for you. Yeah. Me, I'm not stop. So, this, the lady of the Board of Governors here, Mama here, I started with her son, a brother of hers, the smallest in St. Mary's College, Dr. Senyo Garisha. We even went to the same university. We are still close. So if you meet somebody here and he becomes the president, where do you go? I wish those are so big moves. I don't know when they meet how they look this way. Me, I'm telling you the truth. If you end up in the basement and you find there, how would you manage it? But if you are not going to smart, you are safe. It was in the hands. Me, I'm telling you because I know that man loves smack. So for the parents and for the young people who have just gone, you people who got 20 points, thank you so much. I have seen one boy going to Mara University. He's there. I have seen him somewhere to do medicine. And Smart, thank you so much for giving us doctors. Because you know, I was capable of doing a C-section. In the fourth year medical school, I was operating women like nothing. And I operate when I'm singing. So for me, you see me, the way I talk is the way I operate. When I get my life, you can't get me, I'm bad news.
You are going to leave Smart, you may find it difficult to stay in Western Uganda. Don't look whether you still when we are here. We'll make sure you're comfortable. The parents, your degree is just a piece of paper, but your education is seen in your behavior. So the parents
is not built of bricks alone, as the head teacher put it. It is built of prayers, of discipline, which has been a hallmark in all the speeches that have been made, of chalk dust turned into wisdom, and of spirit that refuses to die. Your Grace, appreciation. Thank you for honoring our invitation. When a shepherd comes to this sheep, the grass grows greener, as you can evidence it. Your presence today blesses not just this assembly, but the next 120 years of SMAC. To our distinguished guests, thank you for answering the call. Your presence tells our boys that the world is watching and believes in them. And that hand clap is courtesy of that message. The Board of Governors, PTA, and our most beloved head teacher, the gallant staff of this college, and you, the beating heart of this place, our gallant students, the entire school community, thank you. You are the army that has kept SMAC flag flying for 120 years. Without you, this mountain wouldn't stand. Our special ovation to the college choir. You did not just animate the liturgy today. You lifted some of us to the gates of heaven. A thunderous applause for them. No wonder you are the Centennial Choir. If I am breaking the news, Your Grace, SMAC Choir is going to animate the liturgy on the 5th of September. And so we are most anxiously yearning to hear your angelic voices again on the 5th of September this year as we celebrate the centenary anniversary. There is no doubt that you will measure up to the task. You will definitely make it. When you sing, even the birds of Kisubi sing back. Congratulations to the students who have received the sacraments of initiation. The sacraments of initiation. Today, heaven wrote your names on gold. Please endeavor to keep the faith. Let it be the compass that guides you through the next 120 years of your lives. To all those who prepared the confirmands, catechists, teachers, parents, brothers, may God bless and reward you abundantly. You planted seeds that will become forests. And to all those who have made this memorable day a success, from the cooks, to the cleaners, from the protocol team to the last student who swept the alleys, the footpaths, the walkways. May God bless you too. Your hidden work has produced a very public glory. 120 years of holistic education. We have formed minds, hearts, hands, and souls. We have sent our doctors, priests, lawyers, farmers, presidents, and servants. SMARC has not just educated Uganda, but SMARC has formed the conscience of Uganda. Thank you and keep it up. As we march toward the celebration of our centenary function on the 5th of September, and as we celebrate 120 years today for SMARC, let us remember, one, the giants on whose shoulders we stand. We celebrate the miracles that is SMARC. We believe that the best 120 years are still ahead of us. Thank you, Dr. Bitechezo, for the fundraising drive for our Sentinel project. I will deliver that message humbly to my boss and with a lot of expectations soon. The Sentinel Choir composed a Sentinel anthem, which was played for some of us who came earlier. I request the head teacher to share it with me. We intend to have it played on Radio 1 tomorrow. Some brothers will be visiting Radio 1 to drum for the centenary anniversary. May God bless St. Mary's College Kisubi. May God bless the Archdiocese of Kampala. May God bless Uganda, for God and my country. Thank you.
Let's give Brother Provincial a very big clap. These are our custodians. Thank you, Brother Provincial. We now move to the last speech from Minister of Education and Sports, and I want to invite all the two commissioners, and we have shared. One of them will give a brief speech, and the other will greet us. Mr. Alfred Chaka is the Assistant Commissioner, Secondary Minister of Education, and Mr. Nok Gumisiriza, please come and accompany your colleague when you are here. Thank you.
My Grace, the Archbishop for Kampala Diocese, brothers of Christian Instruction, members of Board of Governors and PTA, allow me to adopt the protocol as Trevor did enumerate a lot about it. My Grace, the Archbishop, the two of us here carry greetings from Minister of Education and Sports. This School College Feast Day celebration is known all over the ministry, and we were sent to represent both government and the ministry at this function. On behalf of Minister of Education and Sports, and our own behalf, the two of us who are here, allow us to congratulate the entire SMARC fraternity for this very wonderful celebration of your college patroness. As the Minister of Education and Sports, we don't have any serious issues regarding celebrating feast days as we have with the promos. We don't have any problem because it is through such celebrations that those who have an attachment to that school, whose patron saint we are celebrating, are able to mirror themselves. They look
into themselves, they examine, they scrutinize, and they come out better people. Mother Mary occupies a very special part in the Catholic Church, to which I belong. And when I look to see the values of St. Mary's College, Kisubi, I realize there is one critical value of determination and courage. Very important currently. But that value cannot be actualized, not until you get the bottom line of Mother Mary. Mother Mary, as the mother of Jesus, demonstrated to the world that as a woman, she can be resilient. Imagine, right from the day she got information by message from Gabriel, angel, to the day when they were being told to run away and protect the young Jesus. As a mother seeing or hearing the son being tortured, what Jesus went through. So as a woman, she demonstrated resilience. And to the young people who are here, in Uganda, you can be so courageous. You can be so determined. But what makes you succeed is resilience. In Uganda, we call it okulemerako. You will come across challenging situations, and my only word is that never despair. Always endure. And Mother Mary demonstrated to us that you can be resilient and win. But the second aspect, other than resilience, Mother Mary cares. She cares for everybody. And I'm proud that my OB, Dr. Bitekerezo, has always demonstrated this. I was in Ishaq and I left 1987, 5 years before he joined, I don't know. But I'm Ishaq, and I'm a son and a product of the Brothers of Christian Instruction. So, Brother Mom, yesterday I was driving to town. I had a meeting at Goro SS. At the roundabout at YC, I stopped a bit and somebody came. It was approaching 2 p.m. And I think somebody had seen the phone because my car doesn't have change and was heading for it. Then he looked at the rosary in my car. He looked again at the phone, then at the rosary, then looked at me. You know what he said? Onosimu Sobodi. I'm very sure it is that rosary that must have scared off this person. Leave alone the way I was dressed because I was putting on a collarless shirt. I think he thought I was Reverend Father. But it is Mother Mary who cared for me last evening. So she cares. She's always there for us. And she's always ready to intercede whenever we have a challenge. So at all times, pray. Pray and always use Mother Mary to intercede in whatever challenges you encounter. As government and as Minister of Education, we realize that providing educational services in this country is a joint responsibility. We can't do it alone. And we recognize the special position and partnership with the Catholic Church in the area of education, which has been long-standing. I want to reiterate on behalf of government and on behalf of my ministry that we shall continue to work with the Catholic Church in delivering education services. And Your Grace, the Archbishop, I want to announce here that as a ministry, we realize we have been in touch with all previous sectors and the current one regarding the current development in the school. The general feeling is that SMAC is doing well. Everybody says SMAC is doing better. Thank you, parents, for continuously supporting this school. But we thought, and when the first lady visited this school, I was given the responsibility of looking through the criteria of how government intervenes in these schools, especially the ones we are calling traditional secondary schools, on how we can intervene for St. Mary's College Kisubi. What we had developed was initially a survey list. And after I had shared her with the list, she was asking me, what about SMART where I've been? And I was telling her, the feedback I'm getting from my colleagues is that SMART is doing better. And she raised a question that shall we continue to reward non-performers? And immediately, I looked through my notes and came up with the criteria of sustainability. So you will see part of the schools we are going to intervene under the Uganda Accelerated Learning Program may seem to be well off, but they were brought up because we need also to sustain the gains you parents have made. So government is going to come in here. We have already had 2 engagements with management and administration of SMART. On digital, the first lady wrote to them to indicate where they had needs, and we sent engineers here who came and verified the needs that had been communicated. We are now in the process of quantifying the needs that we have verified, so that we come back and re-engage Board of Governors, and this school will benefit from that program they have been referring it to as U-Learn. We have a figure, because for me work in the kitchen, but you know by the time you put food on the table, the figure might be less, and people say, you see, he told us. But the figure in the kitchen is not very small. This is the ranges of $1 million US. But the final amount of money that will come will depend on the outcome of the quantification of the deposit needs that were submitted by the Board of Governors. Ladies and gentlemen, I have my colleague here, but allow me to end my address and say, drop an altar. And I'm told that one means launching in the deep. As I close, I say, for greater horizons, I start. Allow me to invite my brother Enoch to come and greet you and greet the members, then we shall say.
Thank you, my colleague, Mr. Chaka. Protocol-wise, once the colleague has made remarks, I have nothing but to add, but to thank you, brother, on behalf of SMART, for keeping the connection with the Ministry of Education and Sports. I may not have the $1 million Mr. Chaka is supposed to allocate, but I had what I had, and that is the cow that I contributed to the farm of SMART. Invited for the feast, and we thank you very much, so much. We pledge our continued support and partnership with the college.